Just look at the coins animating in the cash register when Jason robs it. Rockstar really doesn't mess around when it comes to a detail. It instantly reminds of Red Dead 2's store robberies, where you could actually see the shopkeeper's cash and take it manually. And if you look around that same shop, near the exit sign, there's a small detail that might have gone unnoticed, a sign that literally says alien activity in area. Now, knowing Rockstar, that's probably not just a throwaway joke. They've had a long history of hiding UFOs and alien-related Easter eggs in their games, from GTA San Andreas all the way to RDR2. So yeah, this might be our first hint that something weird is hiding out in Leonida too. Raindrops are finally a thing, and that's huge. It was one of the big immersion breakers in GTA 5 unless you had graphics mods installed. You could see the rain, but not on the cars. And now in GTA 6, it looks like that's been fixed, at least visually. Hopefully it's not just some overlay texture and we actually get animated droplets reacting to the environment. And speaking of realism, vehicle windows are finally looking properly dirty. GTA 5 didn't really nail that, but one of the new screenshots shows a truck windshield covered in grime, with a clean swipe area where the wipers supposedly pass through. That hints at working wipers, though in the trailer, we don't actually see them moving yet, and they're not in motion in the screenshots either, so it's still unconfirmed. But hey, if we've got bikini girls cleaning our windshields like in one of those scenes, maybe wipers won't even be necessary. Clothing customization is getting seriously detailed because it looks like you can literally choose whether your necklace goes under or over your t-shirt. And while rewatching trailer 2, I couldn't help but notice how clean it all looked. No weird glitching, no necklace breaking through clothing, nothing breaking immersion. For anyone who's played older Rockstar games, you know that's not something to take for granted. Based on what we see in the trailer, it looks like rain might finally be location-based instead of just covering the whole map at once. In the first shot, you can spot heavy clouds gathering on the horizon, and it actually seems to be raining in that distant area, while the rest of the scene stays dry. If that's what Rockstar's doing, and rain only happens where the clouds are, that would be such a game changer. And honestly, it's very likely. Red Dead 2 had this exact mechanic. You could see dark skies and rainfall in the distance, head toward that spot, and eventually the weather would shift around you. That game came out 7 years ago, so imagine how far they've taken it now. We're probably in for some really dynamic, unpredictable weather in GTA 6. And while we're on the topic, volumetric clouds are clearly part of the visual leap in GTA 6. It's a massive upgrade from GTA 5's old flat 2D clouds. But to be fair, that was kind of expected after Red Dead 2 already pulled it off years ago. What's really exciting though is that the Chromatics team, a graphics mod project I've been supporting for a while now, just gave me a sneak peek at their own volumetric clouds in GTA 5 Enhanced. And honestly, they look insane. Fully customizable, beautifully lit, and way beyond anything we've seen in GTA 5 before. And that's just one part of what Chromatics is doing. The mod also includes improved ray-traced reflections on buildings and puddles across the map, high-quality road textures, better vegetation models, and a whole lot more. The progress they're making every month is seriously impressive, so definitely check out their work and show them some support. You'll find the link in the description and the pinned comment below. And since we're still on the graphics grind, check out this insane moment during the car chase scene. The light from the headlights actually reflects off the rear view mirror and casts a soft glow onto Lucia's face. You can literally see the shape of the mirror in the reflection. That's such a subtle detail, and most people probably wouldn't even notice it while playing, but that's exactly what makes it so impressive. There's something interesting about the time 11:08. It shows up twice, once on a wristwatch during the robbery scene, and again on a phone in one of the official screenshots. What's weird is that the robbery scene clearly takes place during the day, while the phone screenshot shows night. Some people started throwing theories around, like maybe it hints at an original pre-delay release window on November 8th, 2025, or a possible delay to the same date in 2026. But honestly, it's probably just a coincidence. One is likely showing AM and the other is PM, and we can pretty much rule out it being a fixed prop time. Other screenshots show different times on watches, which means in-game time probably affects them. And yeah, considering they even animated beer bubbles like I showed in the last video, I wouldn't be shocked if every watch in the game is fully dynamic too. Rockstar clearly isn't messing around when it comes to environmental details. They've got electronic devices properly plugged into wall outlets, and even the fuse boxes show fully modeled wiring. Nothing is just painted on. One detail that stood out is the doorbell wiring at Jason's house, which looks like it's been cut at the base. Whether that's just background detail or something we can interact with is unclear, but imagine if we could actually shoot the fuse box and cut power to a house. That would open up some wild possibilities for home robberies, like causing a blackout blackout, slipping inside with night vision, and taking control of the situation without anyone seeing you coming. That would be next-level stealth gameplay. Not everything in the trailer is flawless, though. Some people have already pointed out a few technical quirks, like Mike York, a former Rockstar developer, who mentioned in his trailer reaction that Jason's hand movements don't fully sync with the steering wheel. There's a slight delay, like the wheel turns before his hands actually move. Now, Rockstar did say that Trailer 2 is a mix of cutscenes and gameplay, and this moment looks like it could be from gameplay. So yeah, it's a small thing, and probably something that'll get polished before release. But it shows that even with all this insane detail, not everything is perfect just yet. And by the way, in that same driving scene, if you look closely, there's an NPC casually carrying her dog in her arms. That's something we haven't seen in previous GTA games, cause sure, we've had dogs before, but not interactions like this. Jason's muscle animations are looking next level. Just check out that bicep supination in the bar scene, and one of the early shots near his house. The way his arm flexes and rotates looks insanely realistic. It's actually crazy how ripped he is now. Back in the leaks, he looked like a regular skinny Florida guy, nothing like the dude we're seeing now. The way his physique has evolved between the leaks, Trailer 1, and now Trailer 2 suggests Rockstar might be implementing some kind of progressive body system, similar to San Andreas but way more advanced. Considering how well they handled muscle and vein detail on horses in Red Dead 2, it's safe to say they've brought that same level of precision to human characters this time around. And it's not just the muscles. The sweat detail on characters looks absolutely insane. No matter the scene, it's spot on. Whether Jason's fixing leaks outside, mid-robbery in the bank, or even in the official screenshots, you can see that subtle sheen on the skin, catching the light just right. It's not overly exaggerated or glossy. It actually looks natural, like heat and humidity are really affecting the characters. In GTA 5, planes were noticeably scaled down from their real-life counterparts, probably to better fit the map size. But in GTA 6, it looks like Rockstar isn't holding back. Just look at the scene where Lucia fights inside the landing gear compartment of a plane. That thing is huge, and it gives us a real sense of how massive aircrafts might actually be in this game. To make use of planes that size, we're probably getting a much bigger airport too, and that wouldn't be surprising. If you compare GTA 5's Los Santos to real-life Los Angeles, it's way more compressed. But now, people are already finding areas in GTA 6 that are not only more detailed than their Google Maps equivalent, they're literally bigger. Also, in that same scene, the detail on the landing gear is absolutely insane. You can see every bolt, cable, and texture. It looks like something pulled straight out of a flight sim. And honestly, this might be how we'll be playing GTA 6 when it drops. Just walking around staring at the tiniest stuff like, how is this even real? It's wild how much time and effort clearly went into every single part of the world. Nothing feels rushed or slapped together. It all feels handcrafted. We already talked about hair physics in the previous video, mainly focusing on head hair, but the hair detail on the rest of the body is just as impressive. In most games, body hair has always been just a flat texture painted directly onto the skin, barely noticeable unless you're really looking for it. But in GTA 6, it's actually modeled properly. I have no idea how they pulled this off, but the hair on Jason's forearm looks ridiculously real. You can see it clearly both in the trailer and the official screenshots. If I told you to list all the things GTA 6 has that GTA 5 doesn't, you'd probably come up with a long list. But here's one detail most people definitely wouldn't think of. In GTA 5, bikes don't have brake wires. Once you notice it, it's impossible to unsee. But in GTA 6, that's been fixed. In the scene where Jason's riding a bike, you can clearly see the brake wires, along with a bunch of other tiny mechanical details. It's such a small thing, but it adds a lot to the realism, and I'm honestly glad they finally included it. There's a lot of speculation right now that Jason might actually be a cop, mainly because in one of the new screenshots, he's wearing the exact same outfit as in the raid scene from the first trailer: white t-shirt, black bulletproof vest, and a backwards cap. But personally, I don't think he's an undercover cop or anything like that. What seems more likely to me is that Jason's connected to the police in a less traditional way. There's that police captain shown in the trailer, and I think there's a chance Jason might be working with him off the books, not as a snitch or informant, but more like a dirty arrangement. The cop sets up drug raids, greenlights certain robberies, and in return takes a cut of whatever Jason's crew pulls in. Wouldn't be the first time Rockstar explored something like that, and honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if that same cop and his unit end up becoming becoming the main antagonists after one of those classic GTA betrayals. We already know Cal Hampton's the classic tinfoil hat guy, always deep into conspiracy theories, but if you look closer at one of his screenshots, there's a tattoo on his arm showing an alien peeling off a human mask. That's another strong hint that we're getting some kind of alien-related Easter egg in GTA 6. And there's another tattoo that caught my eye, a plesiosaur, which is interesting considering Lake Leonida is a thing. I know it's a stretch, but who knows? Maybe Rockstar throws in something like a Nessie sighting or even a nod to the Altamaha, that folklore creature from Georgia. Would be a fun little Easter egg and totally in Rockstar's style. Also, in that same screenshot, Cal's wearing a necklace that you can actually buy in GTA Online right now. So yeah, Rockstar is reusing some assets from the previous game, which makes total sense, but it's still a cool little detail to catch. And in another one of Cal's screenshots, his t-shirt says, "Violence is cool, thanks video games." And that totally feels like a nod to all the past controversies surrounding the GTA series. Rockstar's always been in the middle of debates about video game violence, especially during the San Andreas and GTA 4 eras, so this kind of self-aware, sarcastic humor fits perfectly. And fun fact, the shirt's design is clearly inspired by the style of Stephen Rhodes, the artist known for those vintage retro schoolbook-style graphics with a dark twist. On the last screenshot from Ambrosia, there's a great detail that might have slipped past most people. An NPC has his foot resting on the clutch pedal, and it's not just for looks. That pretty much confirms that pedal movement will actually be animated in GTA 6, with both NPCs and main characters moving their feet based on how they're driving. Back in the 2022 leaks, there was a video showing that almost every part of the vehicle interior could move: pedals, mirrors, gear sticks. So this lines up perfectly with that. In GTA 5, the characters did move their feet a bit, but the pedals themselves were just static props, so this time, it looks like Rockstar's aiming for the full package. In one of the Vice City screenshots, there's a really interesting ambient event playing out. Two NPCs are ditching a car while three police officers are chasing them down. One of the suspects is surrendering, hands up, while the other, in a white t-shirt and backwards cap, is taking off on foot. That might sound like a small thing, but it could be a sign that police interactions with NPCs are actually back. This was something we saw in GTA 4, but it was pretty much absent in 5, where cops only really reacted to the player. It reminds me of that moment in Trailer 2 where Jason drives past a sidewalk scene with uniformed officers and what look like plainclothes detectives confronting NPCs. If Rockstar's building out a more dynamic AI system where police can respond to crimes committed by NPCs too, that's a massive step forward for immersion. It honestly gives me Watch Dogs 2 vibes, where you could call the cops on random civilians and get all kinds of different reactions. Some would run, some would resist, some would just give up. And this lines up with that old Take-Two patent too, the one about NPCs having deeper personalities. Stuff like brave or coward, combative or submissive, even aggressive driver traits. It makes me wonder if events like this won't be fully scripted, but instead change depending on who the NPCs are. Like maybe next time both suspects surrender, or both flee, or one pulls a gun and tries to fight the cops. And while we're on the topic of random events, there's another small moment that really stood out to me. In the first-person driving scene with Jason, if you look to the left, you'll see a group of construction workers. Two of them are leaning on a car, glued to their phones. One guy is cutting the grass, and another one looks like he's raking it. We already knew from the leaks that GTA 6 was going to have a ton of ambient world events and background activity, but I didn't expect them to look this realistic. And here's yet another reminder of just how much the models and textures have improved compared to GTA 5. In one of the Ambrosia screenshots, you can spot actual 3D road reflectors on the bottom left, something that in GTA 5 was just a flat texture baked into the road. And look at the leaves scattered along the sides of the road. They're not just part of the texture either. Trailer 1 already showed us that those leaves will react realistically when we drive through them, lifting into the air from the wind. One of the Reddit users pointed out a really interesting detail in the car wash screenshot. We get a closer look at a vehicle's interior, and on the dashboard screen, there's a menu with a few options. One of them is labeled Assist Functions, with an icon of a steering wheel. That could be a hint at some kind of self-driving feature coming to 6, similar to what we had in 5 with taxis. And even more interesting, Red Dead 2 had a basic auto-ride feature, where you could let your horse follow the path and just enjoy the scenery in those gorgeous cinematic shots. Now, for those thinking the monitor is just a non-functional background detail, here's the catch. The exact same screen shows up again in a completely different vehicle interior, in the screenshot where Raul is behind the wheel. Unless it's just placeholder UI, the fact that Rockstar kept it consistent across different manufacturers could mean it's part of a new standardized system. Maybe this replaces the classic minimap or phone GPS in newer cars, while older vehicles still rely on your phone to navigate. We also got a glimpse at something you definitely wouldn't expect to be a feature: varied nail length. In one screenshot, Lucia's nails are noticeably shorter than in another. That once again proves that Rockstar's taking character customization to another level. There's a good chance we'll see nail salons placed across the map, and they'll likely be enterable, just like barbers or tattoo shops in previous games. So yeah, it looks like we'll be able to customize Lucia's nails, shape, color, maybe even designs. I doubt the nails will grow over time like hair or facial stubble, but the fact that they bothered with multiple nail lengths at all is wild. There's also that screenshot of Jason fishing, and honestly, I don't think that's just a cutscene moment. Fishing was a full-blown activity in Red Dead 2, and with how many systems are clearly being brought over and upgraded for GTA 6, it would make total sense for fishing to return here too. Plus, the official Mount Calaga description on Rockstar's website literally says it offers prime hunting, fishing, and off-road trails. So yeah, it's not just a background prop, it's pretty much confirmed at this point that fishing will be one of the many side activities we'll be able to enjoy throughout Leonida. On one of the Port Gellhorn screenshots showing a campfire, there's a super impressive little detail. You can actually see the heat distortion in the air, the way objects behind the fire shimmer and blur slightly, just like they do in real life when you're looking through rising heat waves. Also, if you look closely at the girl sitting in the camp chair, she's probably the same mud girl we saw in trailer 1. The hat looks identical, which might suggest she's more than just a one-off ambient NPC. Could be someone tied into a specific side story or region-based event. The underwater experience in GTA 6 looks like it's been massively upgraded compared to 5. Just take a look at that screenshot from Leonida Keys. The lighting, the depth, the sheer amount of detail in the marine life and coral is absolutely insane. It almost looks like something out of a nature documentary. And what's even more impressive is that one of the Reddit users actually did a full breakdown of the marine life visible in that shot. He identified a green sea turtle, yellowtail snappers, a European eel, and even more detailed species like Theanella, a type of marine sponge, Gorgonia ventellina, staghorn coral, and a Gorgonian wrapper. Rockstar's really going all in on the tiniest details this time. Maybe you caught something I didn't. Let me know in the comments if you noticed any small detail in the trailer or screenshots that flew under the radar. And once again, if you're into improving your GTA 5 experience while we wait, definitely check out Chromatics. They've been working on some of the most impressive graphics upgrades out there, including improved ray-traced reflections, volumetric clouds, and realistic textures. I've linked their work in the description and pinned comment below.